And we're live.
Oh, you beat me to it. We're live. Hi, I'm Sapphy.
And I'm Mystic.
And this is the Lore Together live stream. Thank you for joining us in a very special Thursday live stream where apparently...
We don't play the game we talked about.
We don't... Yeah. So we were talking about a game that isn't out yet. And so the best thing we could do is play the game that precedes it by 10 years. And that is going to be Inquisition. So we are at Haven.
Of course, Mass Effect is spacebar to do everything, so my brain just goes to press space to do stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, space is actually hop in this one. So thanks for joining us tonight. Mystic neither one of us want to start at the beginning of Inquisition. It doesn't really help with, like, the lore exploration whatsoever. So we're at the Act 1 of... I'd say this is Act 1.
This is Act 1.
Yes. Of the game.
Yeah, this is before the game actually starts. Because the game only starts when you get to Skyhold.
Yes. Spoilers, by the way, for a 10-year-old game.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old it is. Someone will complain about spoilers.
Yeah.
People watch the reveal for Veilguard and were angry that the ending of Inquisition was spoiled.
Yeah. I'm kind of confused by that, but that's just my personal opinion. So anyway, chat, I hope you're doing okay. And so what has, first of all, this, you said this is Laurel.
Laurel.
Laurel, what? Laurel Llewellyn?
Yeah.
The alliteration. Was
that had to be your idea. It would not be my idea.
Oh my gosh, is this who we played? This is our save from...
Yeah.
Oh man. Gosh, I have to find on YouTube when we last played him then.
2022.
Oh, was that December
Yes.
8th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So, thanks for joining us. So, we're doing A Friend of Red Jenny. I wanted to invite those of you who are watching live tonight that if you do want to talk about Veilguard, we would love to do that. And I do have a separate computer with a Dragon Age wiki. I could bring up stuff if we want to talk about our theories, how it connects to Inquisition, how it connects to the other games. We don't
want to talk story spoilers, though, is the problem. Like, because do you know story spoilers? I know some, but do you?
I don't mind hearing what was in, like, the Informer article. Anything that's been released now, I'm okay with finding out because, honestly...
Game Informer article spoiled a ton.
You say that and you forget it's a game that we're going to finish in hopefully anywhere from 60 to 100 hours. It can't spoil so much that the game has been completely told.
It's not spoiling the game, but it spoils some pretty good motivations for why you're on this quest, which is different than... Well, whatever.
Mystic's got a very loves playing with a completely blank slate, and that's not where I come from.
I read it, knowing what was in it, going in, but at the same time, I still wish that they actually had a better warning going in.
Yeah, but you feel differently about spoilers than I do. Like, you
That's
actually
fair.
will stop playing stuff because you've had things spoiled. Generally goes, I have no idea when I'll finally get into Dragon Age. There are so many other games. Hey, that's fine. We can spoil it for you, obviously.
I'm just gonna auto level everyone because.
Yeah, let's do that because we don't know the next time that we'll do this. Oh, Varric's in our party. Perfect.
I didn't bring Solus.
That's fine.
I brought Vivian because I don't think I've ever brought her to Red Jenny.
Oh. That's gonna be spicy.
If she has any reaction at all.
It will. If there's a reaction from Vivian, it's gonna be spicy. Generally, yes. The good thing is, I'll probably forget the spoilers by then. Yeah, probably. Now, I will say there's 2 recommendations here for how do you want to prepare for Veilguard. Do you want to be as invested as somebody who's been playing the game since 2009? Do you want to feel like that you understand the world enough and you can be excited about every little tidbit, every little piece, every little morsel, every little reveal? every little nod and Easter egg, play through Origins. And you still won't remember all of them. Do you want to just have enough of a baseline to understand the world itself, how expansive it is, and what we've gone through? Then I would just say just play Inquisition and don't feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot by.
Of course,
Yeah.
they are going to do a run through of the lore and the world and everything
Like they always
before
do.
and during Veilguard, and they've said it's a very good introductory game. So you can just do that.
They're always going to say that. It's called the marketing team, Mystic.
I understand that, but BioWare has always had a previously on in every single game that has a that is a sequel.
Kind of, yeah. Favors for favors, friend. A different, simple script on the back of a stable report marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. So we're going to figure out what this is about in a bit. You know, for a game that's 10 years old, it actually still looks pretty decent, despite the fact everything looks porcelain.
I think it's going to be the red handkerchief. What do you think?
I don't know. It could be a barrel. There it is.
I had to be right on it.
A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small, hasty scrawl. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. Ooh, examine that. Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremor, floating, taste is off. Water birds die off. Restocking failed. Fish not fit. Do not consume. Oh.
Reservoir. This is just a reservoir. I never actually looked out here. I thought this was something. I thought this was like riverfront or something, but no, it's just like a giant pond.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty opulent place. They would move around water just for their own gondolas.
Don't mind me just jumping past.
Hoppity hop hop hop.
I forget, is there one? I think there's one up top too. Never liked this traveling system. That always felt clunky.
Yeah, it is a little. Generality says increases in visual fidelity are getting more subtle. It used to be about polygon count. Now it's things like being able to see skin pores and vellus hairs. It really is. Favors for friends. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawl below in misspelled script. Herald go at time. Pray adrast. Taken together, the message reveals a time, a path, and a key to a location on the world map. So, and it sounds like, generally, to like your point, it's kind of a big focus of what they're talking about with the character creation for. I mean, like, I think the joke they heard the joke for the Baldur's Gate 3 character creation, and they said, "Hold my beer." So
I do like how there are some good quality of life adjustments though. Like you can change the lighting in the character creation.
that's
part.
a good idea. That's a very good idea. I like how they parted ways like they were doing choreography in a music video.
It's the Inquisition, Harold!
I totally forgot how to play this game.
I did not realize you're doing dual-wielding rogue.
No. So somebody was saying how. Oop. Pardon me as I kicked the microphone. Somebody was saying how in Veilguard they don't have all the skills and stuff, but somebody noticed, and I think it was in the Game Informer article, that stuff like this is, you know, leaping with the daggers, or stuff like flank attack is just your movement is now will do it automatic, like you'll do it automatically when you're flanking.
Okay.
So it's part of your rotation. It's not a separate skill anymore. Same with like the dual fangs or the backstab and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So they've taken all the extraneous stuff that you.
They've streamlined it even more, is what you're saying. And I feel like that's been the step Dragon Age's been doing since after Origins. Anybody I hear a lot of people complaining like, oh, they're truly making it not a true CRPG, and it's like, you have not been paying attention to what they've been doing the last 20 years if you honestly think that they were going to go back to the play style of Origins. They never were trying to keep that. They, you know,
right.
If the leap from Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age 2 proved that, and then when they got to Inquisition and this is the game you got, that's entirely what they were. That was never the intention, was to go back.
That being said, if they have, you know, they may have stuff like this still, to a degree, where you can change how your characters act.
AI tactics, yeah.
Yeah. And if that's solid, and they have more flexibility in terms of combos and who you take matters more than just this person lockpicks, this person doesn't.
Right, exactly.
That may be more interesting.
Right.
Like, because playing Baldur's Gate 3 currently, and it's very annoying that...
This is Mystic's opinion, okay? Because do not landblast us, because we don't all agree. We're a couple here. We're two separate people
I was about
who
to
are
say,
better together, but sometimes we disagree about things.
It's annoying that you kind of have to bring a rogue with you, or you have to, but you really, I stopped talking because you don't always have to.
Keep playing. It's a live stream, sir. They're here for the gameplay.
I knew there was a cutscene coming.
How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
We need subtitles.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ooh, that's a brutal shot.
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
I both love and hate Sarah.
I think her priorities
Some
are really
believe I'm
straight.
the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Generality goes, it is true Historian is my most cycled and in and out character of my playthrough. And I would say that's probably true for mine too. And then generally goes, this is a problem with video games versus actual table play. It can't be calibrated to the actual party that's in play.
I mean, Karlak's been busting down doors for me, so...
Boom! I know you're trying to do cover
No, I was trying to do this. I never use this mode, but I forget how to play, so I'm rusty, so I might as well use the time cheat.
Yeah, it used to be spacebar. I would agree that. So, hey, Arcane Flame. Never really need a rogue on my BG3 playthrough. Was sorcery with an urchin background, which gave sleight of hand proficiency, then gloves of dexterity allowed me to easily get through any lock. Yeah, that's the way to do it once you know, either by accident or once you know what you're doing, and you don't want to feel like you need to take a historian with you all the time.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
We're the strange one. Okay.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead yet. I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
So who are your Friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
Oh, it's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
I do like how Sarah's the only person you can just kick from the Inquisition.
She's like, you're too weird. Let's go. Like, you know. Are you bringing her with then?
Oh, just the best party. To
No. Mystic's doing it because it's going to cause me anger. Because they all do not. Okay, that's this. Digits. Do you want to hear
I forgot we
arguing?
put Solus in that.
I don't know. Elves in some of the Antimarner is like not a good look. But generally it goes, it's easy enough to bring the rogue and then kick him back out in most cases. In Baldur's Gate 3, yes, I would agree.
Right. Too many breaches.
I forgot that she had that pun going on.
Yep.
Who wants to get stuck in the hinterlands with us?
You can always leave the hinterlands. Where the heck is...
What
Is
are you
that
looking-
only fast travel point? Okay.
Yeah. Well, anything that's a camp is a fast travel point too.
No, we didn't find any yet.
You found one. There was one on that map.
There's the crossroads.
Yeah, the one by the crossroads. Yeah, that's the one. Well, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just do some more of that. Arcane Flame. Dragon Age needs more space hamsters. So, it's in Dragon Age 2, there's the statues where you act no, is it not Dragon Age 2? No. It's in Lair of the Shadow Broker. There's a statue of an ogre.
There's a statue of an ogre, yes.
And you're like, ooh. I think there is some cross-reference in Inquisition at some point, too. Very brief. They have these weird little Easter eggs every once in a while. Like Dragon Age Origins had the little callback to Superman.
Welcome back. True enough.
Alright, so where are you heading off to now, Mystic?
Just heading for a run.
If I were back in the city,
See what we
I'd
find.
just steal some blankets.
There's a camp here.
Mm-hmm. Is that where the horses are?
Oh, we can't travel to that. Sorry, I didn't realize. I was looking for the crossroad symbol, thinking that was the load-in point. My bad.
There was like a talking bubble. Was somebody trying to say something to you, or?
Yeah, that's the guy who wants you to go do hunting, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me? Huh.
These things sound horrifying.
Oh god. Templars, come on. Slow your roll. Loot the ice! I just find it funny.
Did you guys miss the one? Like,
These renegades sully the name of
I
the
think it just,
Templars.
there's confusion. Crafting. Every RPG needs a crafting minigame in case you
didn't want to play Minecraft today.
don't want to play Minecraft. Which is, you know, the funny thing is some of those crafting games I will get sucked into because I'm like, ooh, new combinations. When I was playing Guild Wars 2, the cooking was particularly addictive for me. Alright, so what in the hinterlands is relevant to what we were talking about in our episode? Well, this is where Scout Harding, Lace Harding, is from,
Mm-hmm.
in particular. So, she knows this place very well.
So the funny thing is, we can't even go to someplace that's in Veilguard.
Well, no, that's the whole point. We're finally going to go to a place we haven't been to before.
No, but like none of the places I think are places we can go to yet. Like I don't think we've been to any of the places in there.
What do you mean?
Well, they're not going to Ferelden.
No.
They're not going to Orlais. It's
No.
all in. I mean, maybe Dragon Age 2, like the free marches, but
That makes perfect sense to me, though. I mean, we've spent so much time in these, especially if it. We've established what Orlais and Ferelden are very well. We've established the differences in their culture, the differences in expectation. We've kind of gone on over all that. Tevinter is foreign and different and unique, and then to get mixed up with some of the more famous parts outside of that, like Antiva, and all of that, that'll be interesting. Arcane Plains says, I'll take crafting over annoying survival mechanics. That's fair. Generality goes, there are games now that are just the crafting system. Yeah, and half of them are mobile, I feel like.
because it's easy to take resources and gate them, so people have to pay you money.
Gotta love a cash cow. This is the one thing about exploration, open world stuff that I hate
don't think I'm supposed
sometimes.
to go this way, so
Yeah, is that you just don't always know exactly where you actually need to go to get to the path. And I will constantly get stuck on mountains. And even if I'm following a clear path, I know for me personally, I can get my sense of direction can get mixed up pretty easily. So
I clearly thought this looked.
this is riveting, Mystic.
I'm trying to get to.
Throw the elf at the rock. You guys, the glare I received. Are you supposed to fight that guy too?
I guess.
So oops, everybody's bad. Okay.
Oops, all bad guys.
Oops, all bad. And part of the reason the Hinterlands is so much in strife is because we've had the... Oh, wait. What's going on in chat? Toss your party member? That's dwarves you're thinking of. I know.
Shall we make
But they're
camp
busy
or
digging
move on?
holes.
Oh, there's a camp. Good.
Nothing to report, sir.
I forget what I was talking about, unfortunately. Got interrupted.
I love how there's so much shouting in the soundtrack that it sounds like there's this massive battle, but it's just small skirmishes of like 3 people.
I think it's supposed to be numbers of small skirmishes all over the place because we're talking about the Mage Templar War. That's what I was talking about earlier. Where essentially mages are like, stop acting like we're automatically criminals, and Templars were like, stop using blood magic, and the mages are like, that was only in Kirkwall.
But you're gonna threaten me, so I'll use blood magic.
Yeah. Shut up. That's not how it works in this game. They solved that problem.
I'm sorry, I'm still mad at Orsino.
That's my criticism, is that they had a very good beginning of the conversation of are all people with access to power inherently evil? And that's kind of the question you're asking about mages. Do we automatically distrust people who have more power than us? And I think the question should be instead, or are we revealing what we would do if we had power, if we believe people more powerful than us will automatically subjugate us? I personally think that's the conversation they should have been having, or something similar to that philosophically. But instead, what happened was in Dragon Age 2, where they were trying to have this conversation, was, oh no, I was a nice mage until I found the blood magic. Ah! And then suddenly, you know, just awful, horrible stuff. And blood magic was automatically evil, and they tried to have more of a nuanced conversation with the way that it was dealt with Meryl in particular, and her want and desire to understand how things work. And it's, oh jeez, it was bad. It was bad. In my opinion, I think they could have handled that conversation within the game a lot better. Every mage that was doing something wrong in Dragon Age 2, blood magic. And I think there might be one or two examples where that was not true. It was not enough of a nuanced conversation for it to be captivating. And I think part of the reason, excuse me, this is now Sapphy's diatribe, but I think part of the reason is they wanted players to feel conflicted about choosing between the Templars and the mages and think that there is a point. I think you can get to that point entirely because of what Anders ends up doing. You don't need almost all of the mages who are rebelling to have.
The name is within. The base form is common.
Thanks. And now when I don't say it, you'll know it's on purpose.
Sorry. I'm listening to a delay, so I don't notice the dialogue right away, guys, so my apologies that I interrupted that one. I'll try to keep an eye on the screen while I'm talking about that. Now that I have an opportunity to talk about it, but the idea that Anders commits... Alright, and again, spoilers for how old is this game? So that came out in 2011? That's pretty old, yeah. The idea that the mages were brought to terrorism, and now the Templars have proven their point because the mages have been pushed to terrorism, you could have made a story about that, and it could have still been a bit of a, like, oh gosh, do I go with the Templars now because the mages have proven that they're mass murderers? Or was this really condemning all mages, or just this one mage that I just didn't read right? But instead they were like, everybody's blood mages! Ugh. Generally goes, maybe the true lesson is that these developers aren't studied in high power dynamics? Maybe. Or the nature of addiction? There's
a little bit of that with Colin and Inquisition, though.
Yeah. The nature of addiction, Colin with Inquisition. Yes, I do. I don't know if I'm the kind of person who should speak on how his story unfolds when it comes to the addiction story.
Hi, guys.
Oops, stabby stab.
My brain keeps wanting to play this like an MMO, which I think is fair.
This combat style is very similar to how you play Guild Wars 2. Weapon fragments. Believe it or not, those actually become useful over time. So, well, anyway, I hope my little diatribe about the storytelling in Dragon Age 2 feels relevant. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's going to come up at this point in Veilguard. I have to read more to Winter Nights to see how relevant it's going to be. And it won't be that relevant in Veilguard because the mage resistance did not happen into Winter. Just I'll explain that in a minute, but to say what's in the chat, Johnny goes, there's a Guild Wars vibe here I can't put my finger on. It might be the arrangement of the hotbar. I think the hotbar is part of it.
The hotbar just is very MMO in general.
The leaping mechanic, because this came out around the same time as the leaping mechanic in a lot of...
The thing that bothers me when I want to play it as Guild Wars, but you can't dodge, and I keep trying to, which is why I keep getting hung up in combat.
Oh, that's fair.
Which, hopefully the new game has dodge, honestly.
Maybe. I'd be fine with that. I'm not good at those mechanics. It doesn't mean I wouldn't play, though.
Oh yeah, you're going to have a bit of a hard time with this game, I think, compared to the previous ones.
I will. That's just how it is.
I almost never use the time stop. You always use the time stop, you said.
I like to use pause and play a lot. Well, I really liked... I don't know. It's much more like a very flexible chess game when I play Baldur's Gate 3, so I do like that turn style of play. But that's just me.
I just realized we do not have a tank with us, which is a bit of a problem.
Yes, you have 2 rogues and 2 mages.
Team squishy people.
Yeah, 3 of you are elves, so like extra...
Team very squishy people.
Very squishy because they're very lithe compared to humans.
I don't remember where that party change was.
What was I speaking on before? I read the chat. So we are not going to... Okay, so the Hinterlands, very unique to acknowledge what was going on in the war with... no mage. What we will not be experiencing very specifically in Tevinter is this idea that the Templars and the mages are fighting each other for rights and power and protection. That has already been sorted out in Tevinter Imperium, and essentially what happened is the mages told the Templars how they're going to do things. Because of the way that the society is in Tevinter, basically mages have the most rights. It's very stratified. Tell the tale of do you want me to read this?
Sure.
Tell the tale of Tyr de Britax, mountain maker, spirit's bridge. Free her people, forged in fastness, made in mountain, hardy hide, wise in wisdom, calm in counsel, great in gifts, her grateful guests. Sacrifice she did, 2 spirits took their teachings, followed quests, bright her axe, unbreaking crystal, stirred to flame when tempers fly. Gifted from her leaf-eared lover, laughing lady of the skies, bested blades of all who tried, maiden, spurning all requests, Tyr de Britax, dreamer's eyes, of our mother of her making. I'm sorry, that was not my best reading. I'm sorry.
You are reading it on a monitor that's behaving very weirdly. It's very strangely washed out.
It is super washed out. It's as washed out as driftwood. I mean, oof.
No Blackwall here yet. All right.
Oh, is he supposed to be here?
This is where he is, but I guess you have to have heard of him first.
It just doesn't look recognizable from this angle. That's all. Blackwall, who we agreed in the general chat and Boss Rush is the wrong romance option. At first I thought they were talking about Egg. No, that's Blackwall.
Oh, we have enough power. Guess where we're going? Because the Storm Coast is actually kind of fun.
Wait, what was that mission?
Unlock the Storm Coast.
Yes. Do you know who's at the Storm Coast?
I don't think we get that. Maybe we do, actually.
I hope we do. Get my favorite voice actor in the game. AKA Teenage Sapphy's crush.
And it's one of the war table things you don't have to actually wait for.
No, it's just like, hey, we heard this guy's here. Do we want to get him? Sure.
No, actually, you don't get him from the war table. Do you remember how this works? Krem walks up
So we're heretics, just like
to you here.
Oh, that's right.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Well, before you choose something, I just want to explain, because this is actually going back, linking to something we did a year and a half ago. So when we started the live stream, we were in Valroyo, and we were there because the Chantry were saying something, and it turns out the Seekers, who are kind of a higher order of the Templars, in kind of more the investigators, the kind of the higher intelligence,
Just sucker punched someone.
sucker punched
That's why she was-
a holy woman.
That's why she was on the ground still.
Yeah,
Now,
holding her
A year and a
head.
half later.
Yeah, it's just because essentially the Seekers just rebelled and have now removed themselves from being from having the authority of the Chantry rule them. Lucius has kind of gone rogue, so we're not sure why that is at this point in the story.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
So this kind of actually speaks more to my little rant in why Darwin was going to be my most anticipated character in the companions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go for the Inquisition stuff first because it helps open up stuff fast.
We'll post
That's
soldiers
at least
a safe
my...
distance from the temple.
Our best guess that's safe anyway.
That's my suggestion. So, the Grey Wardens are in the midst of doing something very sketchy, as I mentioned in the episode, so...
Actually, yeah. All right.
For those of you in the chat, should we do our next episode about the gameplay reveal, or should we do a different episode entirely?
Yeah, we
Just
do have another
curious.
episode that's in the works.
Yeah.
But if it's the gameplay reveal, then Sapphy has some work to do.
I'm not necessarily happy about it, but I'm happy to talk about it for sure.
There's plenty of lore to dig into that gameplay reveal, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have to talk a lot more about Tevinter as a whole.
Yep. And you have to read Tevinter Nights, probably.
I do not have time to read Tevinter Nights.
Your Worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, Your Worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
There's that dry wit I was talking about. That's Lace Harding, if you did not realize. So she's going to come back 10 years older and wiser.
Dispatch for you. Dispatch for you.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
It's always requisitions. That's always what it is. It's always just more. It's always more points.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
Not the Mabari. Oh, I also wanted to mention that very specifically, Josephine's outfit in Mystic's game is modded.
Is it?
In this version, you have her with a dark navy.
If I modded this, I do not remember doing it. But it was 2022. So.
Yeah. So her shirt is originally a shiny gold. She does have a dark vest type thing over it, but the sleeves in particular are bright gold. She's got a very opulent look. And they got the texture good on the shirt itself, so it still looks opulent, but I just want to mention that before I forget. My apologies. I didn't mention it quickly.
It's interesting because I've gotten out of modding a lot, so.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even see the other shore. That's far.
The waking sea. We crossed it to reach haven. Already it seems so long ago.
I believe this is where Bull is later.
Yeah, you get word that Bull is gonna be around. I think. I don't think he just appears. Like, oh, hey, P.S., I'm here.
No, you get word from Krem at Haven, and then
Yeah.
you find Bull here. This is a much more visually interesting area than the hinterlands.
Do you want to auto level your dude?
Oh. Yeah. To go back to what I was saying before, how stuff is just worked into the controls for fighting.
Yeah.
Parry is just a thing you can do.
Oh, it becomes an ability you auto do, or?
You don't auto do it, but it's like you have a dedicated button because it's more action combat. So you have parry, so you will parry, and there's also other context-sensitive buttons like, I think, is it fast recovery or something? You get knocked down, you can get up quickly and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays. I just hope it's a smooth system. Usually
It looked smooth to me. I was intrigued by it. And I thought I'd run across some oh, you got some spiders, I think.
Who's that climbing up my wall? Oh, Rista spider. Ooh, this looks creepy. Yep. Sorry, arachnophobes. We're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill them. I know they're big. It's alright, we're here to protect you.
The best one was Skyrim, where they replaced all the spiders with bears. There's a mod.
Oh, nice. So those of you in the chat, what, of all the companions of Veilguard, which one are you most looking forward to, and which one are you least interested in? I'm curious.
Honestly, I think, if I may voice my opinion, I'm least interested in Emmerich.
Really?
Oh, no, not Emmerich. Sorry. Lucanus.
Lucanus. That's who it is. Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, no.
Knowing you.
Hello?
And I think in the episode you said that you just weren't into that backstory.
I thought the same thing about Blackwell, and he's one of my favorite companions.
Really?
Yeah.
Blackwell's one of your favorite?
Honestly,
I don't remember you ever talking about this before.
Well, who's your favorite Dragon Age companion is a list of favorites. Let's be honest. Usually there's not someone like, I absolutely hate that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Solus, but
you absolutely hate him. I know that. But yet you're smarmy, just like he is.
Solus is easy to get approval with. Just ask him what he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to talk about what he knows. Oh, there's some stuff out there that's walking past the door.
His favorite thing. All right. So I will say for me in particular, I am most intrigued probably by it's a tie between Darvin and Tosh, and
We who we're most intrigued by? Yeah, Darvin's up there, I think.
Yeah.
Tosh. I just want to know more Kunari stuff. I love the Kunari.
Yeah. They, and you said that they're referring to Tosh as they them.
So that's not confirmed from what I remember. I haven't dug into that further, but somebody mentioned that in some comments.
Okay.
So, and given what we talked about in our episode,
it's not confirmed yet, but it's theorized. So I'll say they them for now because that's going to be the least offensive option at this point. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by Tosh. That I felt things in my core about.
Oh yeah.
Tosh. Oh, this is just fun to watch. So this is a dragon fighting a giant. And it's a pretty even fight. Giants are a bit more like Cyclops in the Dragon Age games. I don't think they get health bars until you participate, Mystic.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little found thing. I'd say of the characters, I hate to say it, I'm the least interested in.
I'm gonna avoid this though, because.
Yeah, I'm the least interested in Nev. Not.
Whoop.
Whoa. Not because I am. Oh, geez.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, let's run away. So, and the only reason I'm the least interested in Nev, it's not that I'm not interested in her at all or intrigued.
The simplest spell
Who?
had you white as a sheet. I've shrugged off worse in practice.
Well, sorry I'm scared of the stuff I've been warned about my whole life, like most people who aren't seekers.
I apologize. I could help if you're willing.
No, I have things
Guys,
to do.
could you shut up? There's
You can
a
help by
giant
standing in front of
right
me.
there.
That I can do.
Ooh.
So, Nev, I feel like I'm going to understand some of her story the quickest. It's going to be the least interesting to me, even though we don't know much about Tevinter. I feel like she's going to be kind of like the placeholder, like good-hearted Tevinter, and I feel like I kind of know what that trope is of I have a good heart, even though I live in an evil society. And it's like, yeah, that's half of us in capitalism right now. I'm living that. Thank you. So it's just, I'm intrigued about parts of like how did she get to be a PI? Is she willing to talk about what happened to her leg and how she decided to have it constructed by dwarves? I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by her like her personality, but she's I'm the least intrigued by her overall in general. So yes, whereas for Darvin, I'm like, you need to tell me everything about how did you get to the Grey Wardens? How do the Grey Wardens feel now? Do you agree with what the Grey Wardens did? Do you agree with this, that, and the other thing? Like, I just want to know. I want to know the whole kit and caboodle about it. Yeah, he bruises pretty easily. Whereas for Tosh, I want to know their whole story. I want to know how they got there. I want to know.
Jeez. Sorry about that.
I want to know how well they hug. I want to I want to know how often do they fight dragons.
Why can't I?
You got it. I think.
There we go. Well, that was fun.
I want to know how Tosh got all of their jewelry. Woo! Now, Mystic, we are getting close to when we should possibly cut this out. But is there anything you would like to do before we do that? I was just surprised you went to Stormcoast. It's like we don't even have anybody to pick up here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just came here because it's more visually interesting than the hinterlands.
Do you want to quickly get Blackwall so we at least have him for when we open this up again, whenever that's going to be?
What's the chat saying about covering the trailer? Or are we doing something else?
I did not see anything about that. In fact, I'm refreshing the screen now to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I did not miss anything. The chat has been surprisingly quiet about it. So, well, chat, I'm surprised. I claim this rock!
Morin's steps need to be a little easier to get up.
Maybe they were easy for him, just not for you. Alright, let's get Blackwall, and then I think we should call it a night. Well, General goes, unfortunately, I know basically nothing about this game, so I have nothing to say about it. That's fair. Arcane Flame goes, I have no opinion, not really that versed in Dragon Age. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to sit and think about this, Mystic, because it's not... There's not a huge demand, and I don't know what your plan was for your next script if we don't do that.
It's another fantasy game.
Keeping it fantastical.
In my defense, I didn't know we were doing Dragon Age. So.
That's true. I wasn't criticizing that, by the way. I hope you realize. Yes, you could do crafting with the plants here too. Get all these potions and poultices. And salves. I think there's even ingredients to make your own Vitar, which is the poisonous paint that Canary put on their skin instead of armor.
Line there and remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not. How do you know my name? Who sent me? That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come. Hold the wall, men. Make them come to me. You're dead, bastard. Too late for that. You know how this ends. Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
Not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
That's a very interesting phrase there.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
You have any idea where the other wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they disappear to.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
I find it pretty rich. He says he's practiced in saving the world from a demon, and it's like, well, there's at least a couple survivors of that still in this point in the game.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Yes. Blackwall and Sarah, thick as thieves. It's hilarious. And then there's Solus, who just gets disgusted. But I think that might be, while you're looting, a good place to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I think I missed
I'm
something
trying to
too.
think of where's a good place to leave it, because we don't know what our next episode's going to be. We do know that next week's live stream
Firewatch
is
episode 2.
Firewatch, our in-between game before we get into Mass Effect 2. So we would love to invite you to come watch that. Yeah, because obviously you can see we're a little obsessed with BioWare here in this house. And thanks for watching our Laurel Llewellyn that we cracked open after how many years? And
Year and a half.
Excuse me. I don't want to add too much time. And I guess that's it, Mystic.
Yeah. We'll see what next episode will be, whether our... Well, there's no time for a patron poll, so I think we're just not going to do Dragon Age for the next episode. Oh, why'd I walk into combat?
Let's end it on combat, and then we'll do that. But I think let's get back to your regular schedule, and then once we know when the game is out, we can do a little. We'll just wait till the next time that happens, tease out a little bit more, so, and go from there. Because the gameplay revealed some stuff, but I think it might be a little hard for me to do a full episode on that now, and it might make more sense to wait till a little bit later.
I don't know. I've seen people doing hour-plus long videos on breaking down that trailer, so.
I'm afraid it might get a little repetitive considering how much we covered on the companions.
Also, we're an audio medium.
You're an audio medium, so.
That makes it harder.
Mm-hmm. So I think let's wait a little longer. We can always go back to it. We can always get ready for the game prior to its release, so.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks so much for watching. We really hope we catch you next time.
For Firewatch.
Yeah, for Firewatch. And hope you catch your next episode. Have a good night. Bye.